the button, so thank you.
You have to do it next to the microphone.
So, where we last left off, you guys finally descended into the second floor of the Sunless Citadel, and proceeded pretty quickly through it. Granted, it's not as big as the first floor, but like still, you guys like cleaned house pretty quickly. Um, and where we last left off, I was gonna say Tolgan Hercule um, saw his sister, and initiated contact with the outcast, the one we know as Bellic. And I will just get some stuff going right here. There it is. Love it. Um. So yeah, you see Tolgan, and he's like, Sharwin! And he immediately runs away from you guys, despite you guys hiding. What do you do?
Roll my eyes really hard.
So we see that he's going after the outcast.
Yeah, Bellic is standing with well, it's a hooded. The man you believe to be Bellic is standing there hooded in front of a tree that is very clearly his central. Let me just go ahead and read the blurb like I'm supposed to. A walled clearing is here among the briars. The walls are about 20 feet high, which is less than half the height of the cavern's ceiling. Several varieties of plants grow around the perimeter of the clearing, including a few suspicious-looking saplings, but their importance pales before that which stands in the courtyard's center. Beneath the fungal light grows an evil tree. Its blackened, twisted limbs reach upwards, like a skeletal hand clawing its way out of the earth. Before it stands a few twig blights, a heavily armored young human male with a shield and a sword, a dark-haired young woman in a robe fit for a noble, and a middle-aged, not a middle-aged, like an elf, wearing a hooded brown robe and armed with a staff and a sickle. The younger humans have black eyes and gray skin with the texture of bark.
Well, so much for your plan for stealth.
Yeah, no, I'll.
You what?
Never mind. I didn't take the spell that I thought I did.
So are you ranger spells?
Actually, wait. I think I do have that spell.
I mean, whenever you want to go with it.
Oh, and I'm just making sure I have it, and making sure that
Tolgan's,
it does. I do have
Tolgan's
it.
running ahead, isn't he?
Yeah, Tolgan is running ahead. The four of you are remaining behind so far. Like, we're kind of in like that time warp kind of deal where y'all can decide what the fuck to do.
Well, I guess my stocky dwarf has to charge to keep up.
Okay.
She's just gonna be holding her scythe in one hand, like it's not battle ready right now. She's just jogging, catching up.
Okay.
I think Arctos is probably gonna stay where we're at, try to remain hidden, if that's possible still, and
Okay, you're about 120 feet away from them, so, just keep in mind for your spell ranges.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll ready a spell.
Okay, what are you readying and, like, how are you preparing it?
Let's see here. Can I ready this one? Yeah, I guess I'll ready Firebolt and just kind of like.
It goes that far? Wow.
Yeah, it has a range of 120 feet.
Hot damn.
Yeah, and just kind of be ready to strike if something happens.
Okay. Just, like, let me know whenever you want to trigger that. Isaac, what was that?
I changed my mind. I don't want to blow that yet.
Okay.
Well, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I'm gonna use the spell scroll to do Unless I put it in wrong. Was it? Did you gave me ensnaring strike, right? As a scroll last time?
Yeah, I mean, I think you took it right.
Yeah. Yeah. Ensnaring strike, and I'm gonna use that to shoot the longbow at Bellic and try to restrain him.
Okay, what save does he have to make?
I'm pretty sure you make an attack roll.
Yeah, it's an attack roll first, but then because it has to hit first
Gotcha.
with the attack, then I think the restraints are something. The restraints are something separate.
I see. So it's kind of like Flaming Blade or whatever.
Kinda.
All right. Yeah, he has to succeed on strength. Roll the attack first, obviously.
Okay. Are we counting me in cover? Like, does he know my threat? Basically, do I get advantage on it because I'm hidden, or does he know where I'm at?
You
I think
do.
Tolgan kind of blew it.
Well, I mean, you do. I think like you guys don't count as a unit.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Fair.
Cool. So it will be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that does do it.
Until he parries.
And it's a strength
Ciao.
saving throw. I'm pretty sure he does. That's a 19.
That's fair.
All right. Yeah. These vines like lash out from the like the splintered remains of your arrow. And like rise up to ensnare him by the feet. But like a wave of just like force emanates from him and blows the vines away from him. And you hear his voice booming throughout the entire chamber. And he says, let me see here. Hold a moment. Do you know what you're doing? It's about this time whenever Tolgan and Solrune, you guys like arrive pretty closely. And I do need both of you guys to make a strength save that Tolgan fails.
18.
All right. So entangling roots come up from the ground and try to seize you, but you're able to flex those calves hard enough to like break out of the vines, while Tolgan is bound up from the waist down. Lovely little intruders here. You're intruding on my grand moment, you know. My triumph.
What are you talking about?
The tree, of course. Isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? And he waves his hand behind him in a gesture towards the tree. And like I said, it is like gnarled and it's black and its leaves are like this dull green. And he says, in an age long past, someone imprisoned beings of fantastical power in this very spot. They used a stake and staked a vampire, and the stake took root, and so grew the Gulthias tree, reverberating with primal power for those who can tap it.
How big is this tree?
It's a pretty solidly sized oak tree. It's like several stories tall.
More than 60 feet?
I would say it's about 60 feet, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna shout that tree is an abomination.
Is there sunlight radiating on it?
There's luminescent like fungus light, and there's a crack in the ravine that is emanating a bit of sunlight. So yes is the question. Yes to the question.
Okay, is it like on the tree? Like if I put something on
There's, like-
at the tree?
Yeah, it's the tree is in sunlight right now. I know what you're at.
Okay. And is he between me and the tree?
Yes, Bellic and Sharwin and Sir Sir Bradford are standing before the tree, facing you guys.
I mean, I know I shot an arrow at him, but can I deduce that he is my cover blown?
Yes,
Okay.
I would say that once you fire an arrow, you'd have to like re-enter cover and spin a turn doing so.
I mean, that's fair. So I'm gonna look over to Arctos and be like, "Hey, I got an idea, but I need a distraction because I need to not be seen."
I'm kind of distracting him right now, by the way.
Well, yeah, but I can't talk to you because you're like way out there.
Mm.
Yeah, just noting it.
An abomination, you say? Oh, little one, you don't know what I'm doing here, are you? Do you? Wow. Fucking peak moment of the villain, and I'm fucking up his grammar.
If I can find an opportunity, I'm gonna try to stealth up to the tree.
Alright, you'll need to make another stealth roll for me, and you'll do so
Okay.
at disadvantage.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Apples that take life. All this dark magic. I don't care what it is you're just planning on doing with it. It's wrong.
You have a very narrow view, you know. I can smell the Earth Mother on you, and what you do is noble in a sense, but naive. Giving and taking life
Oh.
is but one strength of the Gulthias tree. What is truly powerful is its children. And as you say this, you notice several of the dangerous-looking shrubs in the area kind of shiver and kind of wiggle.
21 on my stealth roll.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, you were hidden.
Cool. I'm just gonna try to, however long it takes me, I'm gonna try to sneak my way up to that tree.
Okay, we're doing a little thing with soul runes, so I think we'll like play that out and then we can work out everything.
Cool.
Tell me, did my brother hook you up? God, I cannot fucking... Did my brother bring you up to this? Like, Jesus.
Common is his second language, I assume.
Yeah, let's go with that. Did my brother bring you... Did my brother bring you to this? Was it he that's leading this so pitiful excuse of a crusade against my grand design?
Your brother? Wait.
And it's around this time whenever he lowers his hood, and you realize he's almost shoot for shoot Morven. Save for Morven is probably, I don't know how well like shaved or anything Morven is, but Bellic's hair is like a lot longer and a lot more matted, and there's like leaves and shit in it. But face-wise,
Morven-
he's like one for one a reprint of Morven.
Morven.
You're Morven's brother?
Go ahead, bud.
I was just saying, Morven, like, he's kind of grizzled, but I mean, elves can't really grow much hair other than like head hair anyway, so it's not like grizzled like facial hair. It's just kind of like longer, but he like pulls it back into a ponytail or something. Like he keeps it as tamed as possible, but he also doesn't actively like cut it or anything.
I'm of the mind that like real shit. If you want your elf to have fucking facial hair, who gives a shit? Go ahead. That's always been my deal. But anyway, and he says, "Ah, there it is, finally. A sense of thought in that little brain of yours. Yes, Morven was my dear, dear brother. He's never agreed with my projects, and I would assume the grandiosity of this one would not be to his approval as well. That is hardly my concern, but it does throw a couple complications into the matter. You being one of them, but you present an opportunity for me if you would just lay down your arms."
I think at this point, Arctos has heard enough, and he's gonna shoot a firebolt at the tree.
Okay, roll to hit.
25.
Okay, roll damage.
7 damage.
Okay, so 14 damage. So here is what happens. I forgot how to do math briefly. It's fine. Oh man, this is I didn't expect this to happen so quickly. Let me. Well, I mean, I kind of did, but like, you know, it's fine. I need to think here. So yeah, your firebolt launches through the air in a nice little arc, does like a cool little spiral effect as it goes through the air, and plunks on the tree. And the flames start to spread. The flame starts to engulf the entire tree. And we're gonna do this real quick. Yeah, the flames start to engulf the entire tree until you see like a veritable like burning bush standing before you, like some Prince of Egypt type stuff. The leaves start to like flutter down, and the apple that was growing on one of its branches tumbles to the ground before Bellic's feet. And Bellic looks at this in like kind of shock and like very much disgust. And he says, "Very well. We'll just have to do it the hard way. One way or another, all will fall under the tree's purview, whether I have to force you out or otherwise. Everyone, roll initiative."
I got an 18.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Ouch.
21.
21. Alright. 18. Morven is a 21. Silverman's going last. Roll for Spicy. And roll for Talgan. Okay. They did not do too great either. And for all the unique combatants in this shit, it's gonna be a wild ride, boys. Like, this is gonna be most of the session. And then yes, that works. Oh my goodness, sorry. I forgot like everyone's names all of a sudden. Okay.
Okay, before we get started, is anybody like versed on Gloomstalker stuff?
No.
Not super special.
I'm not, no.
Okay, because it reads weird. So it says at the start of your first turn of each combat, so it'd be the first round of initiative, my walking speed increases by 10. Makes sense, whatever.
Right.
Which lasts to the end of the turn, okay, whatever. And then it says, if you take the attack action, you can make one additional attack that deals an extra 1d8 damage of the weapon's damage type on hit. Is that the damage type plus the 1d8, or the 1d8 in place of the damage? Because it says deals an extra, it doesn't says that deals 1d8 damage.
So I think
it's worded kind of weird.
I think extra implies that it's additional.
Okay.
That sounds like, you're meant to like be an ambusher. That seems like the entire role of the subclass to me.
Okay.
Alright. So let's see. Sorry, just getting the obscene turn order set up here. Okay. Then that one, and then that one. Man, it's so funny seeing Solrun's poor little self at the very bottom of this. Alright. Morven, what is your play? And if you guys need me to, like, repeat the layup of the land, just, like, let me know.
Well, I don't think my initial idea is going to work now that it's on fire. So I am going to first bonus action Hunter's Mark Bellic.
Okay.
And then...
What a
Well,
fucking...
I have advantage since I'm hidden. Yeah, so I'll do it. I'm going to go ahead and sharpshooter it too.
Okay. Roll to hit. That
That
loop was
is
terrible, so new music.
That is a 19.
Okay, that does hit. Roll for damage.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and okay, never mind. Let me grab out. So I need a D8. Okay, I'm back. Come on, where's the D8? course, I don't dump all my dice out, and that's what I need. Okay, there's the D8. I need a D6. Okay, so it will. Discord keeps acting funny. Okay, so
You want to try? You want to try like skipping to a different server maybe?
No, it's not on yours. It just like the app just like stops, and then I have to go back into it and like.
That's weird.
So it's not on your yeah. So it is. Let's see. So that's 20 piercing damage, 2 Hunter's Mark damage. So that's 22, and then the second attack for Gloomstalker will be a 21 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
So that will be 15. So what was it? 22 plus 15?
That's a total of 37.
Do I get Hunter's Mark on the second attack? No, just the one per turn, right?
I believe so.
Let me read it. I'll read it real quick, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is.
Probably just one per turn.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Never show this class to Mark. Let's see.
That magic or silver damage.
Yeah, really. Alrighty. Man, this one kind of isn't great either. Like really, I'm really like bungling the atmosphere of everything here. But it's fine.
Tree's on fire. The guy's half dead.
You know what? On fire is a great point. So we're gonna go ahead and go with Hellfire. There we go. That's better. Arctos, your turn.
Okay, Arctos is gonna, I think, just firebolt the tree again.
Okay.
He's gonna shout out, "I'll deal with the tree if you'll deal with the others." It's a 19.
A 19 to hit. Roll damage. It might surprise you to learn that trees are not especially difficult to hit.
9 fire damage. this
18
time.
fire damage. Got it.
Wait, you mean trees don't have that dexterity saving throw?
And Arctos will just stay super far away. Like,
All right. And I was gonna say, Morven, you've been like kind of hanging back with Arctos as well, right?
Oh yeah, I got that 150 distance on that bow.
Got you.
So- Get fucked.
That brings us to Bellic, who I need to check his spell list real quick.
He better eat a fucking apple or something.
Well, it is funny that you say that, but we'll get to that in a bit. So, first things first is that he does roll a d10. So that's plus 5. So he regains 13 hit points. Let's see, and then he's going to cast Flaming Spear on... Let's see, I think it'll be...
tree.
No.
Yeah, you guys are right. Fuck this tree.
So he's gonna spawn a flaming spear on top of Talgan, who is currently immobilized.
Oh boy.
So let's see, any creature that ends his turn within 5 feet of the spear, which includes you, I think, Silverin, unless you move.
Second.
Yeah, so you see just like a sphere of fire just completely engulf Talgan. And that's gonna be resolved on his turn. Let's see here. That. Okay, so next creature's turn. Let's see. What's your AC, Morven?
16.
16 AC. So you're focused on firing your arrows and like taking out things in a productive manner, when all of a sudden you feel some rubbery jaws clench down on you as a giant frog bites down on you.
It's a bitch.
And you are grappled. So let's see.
Are you gonna get fucking eaten by a frog in your next turn?
Wait, is this a...
It's if the attack hits, it's grappled.
You said it's a giant frog?
Giant frog.
Okay.
It is a very large frog. You take a 5 damage, by the way. and you are grappled.
You need to break that grapple. You're gonna get fucking swallowed.
Tolgan is going to attempt it. Well, first of all, he needs to take 2d6, because I'm gonna roll that he auto fails if he can't. If he takes minimum damage, but that's fine. And he's gonna try and break his entanglement, and fails. You hear Tolgan like shouting, like angrily, trying to break the vines that are keeping his feet in place, but he's unable to break free as the fire continues to sear him. Brings us to Spicy, who is also hanging back with you guys. And she's going to, and she misses. You see like a gust of flame go towards the frog, but like with Morven in its mouth, it like kind of does a little like an amble to the side. Okay. That brings us to Sharwin. Let me see here. She is going to, as a mage, enchanted by the Gulthias tree, cast Color Spray. So here's what happens. She holds out her hand. Let me just roll all this real quick. Oh, it's 60-10. Got it. She holds out her hand and delivers a fan of like prismatic colors all over Solrune. She rolled a 23. How many hit points do you have?
I have a lot. Let's see, 24.
More than 23. Okay, so let me see. In the order of their current hit points. Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by the spell is blinded until the spell ends. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on. Must be less than the remaining total. So yeah, it does nothing. Cool. So yeah, she holds out her hand and delivers this burst of like blinding color at you, but you're able to like your strong dwarven eyes, and in addition to you holding up like maybe a shield or your hand, you just like manage to keep your sight.
Look with your special eyes.
Honestly, it's gonna be Sir Brafford is next, and the knight that is next to Bellic and Sharwin draws his sword, and the sword becomes alight with a like a reddish flame, like unnaturally red, and he is also going to attack Solrune. Does a 16 hit?
That is exactly a hit, yes.
Okay. Wait, is it a tie?
Yeah.
We do tie to the defender in this group.
Oh, okay.
So, however, I do need you. I hate how they have this shit like all the way in the fucking back of the thing. It's like they could have it like right on the page where I need it, you know, where all the combat takes place. But no. I need to go to the appendix to see what his sword does. So, let me see here. He brings up you bring up your scythe to like block it. And as he strikes your scythe, it instantly shatters, like much more than just you blocking it and the haft cleaving in two. It's as if like the fire from the sword cleaves over like this entire scythe, and in like the blink of an eye, the fire spreads and just rips your scythe apart into bits and pieces of wood and metal.
Sweet.
Alrighty. That brings us to one more before Solrune. Morven and Arctos and Spicy, you guys hear chittering behind you as the twig blights come out to play. 6 little shrub-like creatures come out of the little thing and start swinging their vines at you. Arctos, what is your AC?
1 second.
We ruled that you had
So-
mage armor up at the moment.
I have to remember what bonuses I added mage armor.
I think it's like it's 13 plus dex, I think.
Armor is 13 plus dex, so it should be a 14. Yeah, 14.
All right, so 2 of these will hit you. So these little twig blights, and they look like they're roughly halfling-sized creatures made of vines. They're like little baby Groots, except way evil. They come and like slash you with their little thorny spikes and everything, and they deal 10 slashing damage to you.
Jeez!
It was 2 of them together, to be fair. And one of them is going to hit Spicy as well. Morven is currently occupied. Spicy's going to take 6 damage. Alright. Spicy has taken more damage from being slapped around by plant monsters than Talgan has by being entangled and being engulfed in flames. Alright. Solrin.
How utterly sundered is my scythe? Is it like I could
It
use
is-
maybe the bit of metal left and the like a little bit of the handle at like a reduced damage value or something, or completely useless?
You could do it, but I would rule it as an improvised weapon. The scythe is like completely useless at this point.
Oh well, screw it. I'm gonna let Sir What's His Face get an opportunity attack as I'm gonna charge forwards.
Yes, and he will do that. He swings his sword at you and blunders. I would say that like he swings, but you're able to duck as you make way for your scythe thingy.
So what I'm doing here, I'm gonna charge past the knight. I'm gonna charge through the flaming sphere. How close can I get to Bellic in the tree?
They're pretty close to each other, so like you could. If you go to the tree, Bellic will get an opportunity attack, but besides that,
I'm gonna stop when I get to Bellic.
Okay.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Divine Favor, which will add a d4 radiant damage to my melee stuff.
I like that.
As I draw my sickle, and I'm going to command him to stop this, and I'm going to slash at him with my sickle.
Okay, roll to hit.
24.
24 does hit. And your casting command?
No, I'm just telling him to.
Oh, okay.
And I'm hitting him with my sickle for 11 damage, 4 of which is radiant, if that.
Okay. Damn. Let me just calculate that real quick. Okay. Yeah, I like to imagine that like Solrin takes her little blade and it just like starts glowing as she like Oh no, you're doing it with your sickle. Never mind. All right, is that your turn?
I mean, it's still a blade.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's my turn.
Okay. Morven, it is back to you. I need you to make a strength save against his grapple.
Also, I think Flaming Sphere is concentration, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. You're right. And he succeeds.
Strength save 18.
18. You're able to like jam your way out of the frog's grasp, and you're managed to avoid getting swallowed.
Yay!
You're back on your feet.
Is that my action though? The save?
That is how grappling. Like, God, every time grappling happens, I always forget how it fucking works. Let me see here. If you don't want to use your action to escape from the grapple, if you want to, then that's fine.
I think you want to, because being
Yeah,
swallowed
I
is
would
bad.
want to. I'm just making sure that there's
Let me see.
nothing
here.
else I can. Yeah, because there's not. If that's my action, that's all I can
It
do.
is your action to escape. Yes.
Yep. Then I'm just gonna back the fuck up.
Okay.
Because actually, my longbow can do 600 because I have sharpshooter. I forgot about that. So
Jesus
I'm just gonna back
Christ.
the fuck up.
All right, Arctos, it is your go.
Jeez. So who all is around me right now?
So the battle at the Gulthias tree is happening. Surrounding you, you have a frog that just tried to eat Morven, and you also have 6 little twig blights that are just like trying to, like in a fucked up parody of the Cabbage Patch Kids, just trying to like swarm you and like chop you to death with their little thorny selves.
6. Good lord. Let's see here.
If you
think I
can
have
catch them with some sort of
any-
cone, that'd be cool. Otherwise, I'd say go for the frog, because Jesus.
I don't know how much help these have. I don't have a cone spell. I have magic missile. Yeah, I guess I'll cast Magic Missile at the guys around me, the Twig Blights.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll your damage.
And I'm gonna cast it at 2nd level instead of
Alright.
1st. I got this handy dandy extra 2nd level spell. So how many? I gotta look this up real quick.
I think it's like you get like.
There's only 3, but I can't remember if it gives you 1 extra or 2 extra.
Yeah, it's something like 2 extra, I think. Let me double check. La 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 la. At higher levels, the spell creates 1 more dart for each slot above first.
Right, so it's just 1 more. Okay. Magic Missile.
Alright, for 4 darts.
4,
So 1 Twig
And
Blight is
then-
dead.
2,
Still up.
and 4,
That's another Twig Blight dead.
and 5.
So 3 Twig Blights fall prey to your swarm of missiles. They just like cha cha cha, and obliterate these little spiky thorn devils.
I like to imagine they splinter real good and twigs go flying everywhere.
Pretty much, like it's like kicking a bird nest.
Nice.
And then for my, geez, I don't know if I can do this as a bonus action. I'm trying to think here.
Don't think too hard.
Oh, I gave it to, Spicy, never mind.
What do you give to her?
The Potion of Bless.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
I'll keep
I
that in
will. I think that is all I have. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Let me see here. So on Bellic's turn, we're gonna do a thing here. Bellic
Come at me, bro.
Bellic crosses his arms and begins to change shape as he uses wild shape.
Gosh. Don't tell me he turns into a giant frog.
No. I'm looking at the thing, and it's like there's a couple that work, but I could turn him into a fucking cow.
Oh,
Fucking incredible.
Listen, that's not funny
Bellic the bovine.
because I have PTSD from wild polymorph into a cow.
Oh yeah.
at least you didn't get turned into a plant, okay?
He turns into a velociraptor.
Oh my fucking god.
So yeah, you see Bellic, his arms retracted to his body, and his legs start to elongate. He starts to grow scales, and he was like, rah, rah, and he eventually, you see before you a velociraptor gnashes its teeth at you. But since wild shape is an action, I believe, unless it's not, because I always forget. Like, I try to ignore wild shape as much as possible because of how much Mark has traumatized me with it. Let me see. Yeah, it's an action. So yeah, he's just a velociraptor now, but it's fine. Next on the list is the frog. It's gonna make a nibbling action at Morven again. You said your AC 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he lunges forward and lashes his tongue out and tries to grab you up again, but you're able to dodge out of the way. Make a thing for Talgan, who's still engulfed in the flaming spear. He's gonna... God damn it, dude. Yeah, he's still struggling against the entanglement. And it's not concentration because Bellic used a wand. I have to clarify that. He's gonna go ahead and make his fucking save, and Jesus Christ, 2d6 fire damage on Talgan again. It's +4, so yeah, Talgan takes 11 fire damage. Ouch. Okay, that brings us down to Spicy, Arctos. Spicy looks at you and she's like, thanks for the present, and then she crunches the Potion of Bless in her hands, which bestows you, Morven, and herself with Bless.
Sick.
Okay.
Plus, which one does that do again?
So whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, which is for the next like 6 turns, you can roll a d4 and add the number to your attack roll or your saving
Cool. Cool.
throw. With that being done, it is now back to Sharwin.
Hey,
And
girl.
she's going to cast Magic Missile. If you say anything to her, she just kind of hisses at you, and she casts Magic Missile at 2nd level
Uh-oh.
on Solrune. So that's a 5, a 2, a 4. So that's a 7, 11 so far, and then so that's 14 force damage as several pellets
Ow.
of magical force just punch you in your chest. That brings us to Sir Brafford, who is going to stride forward and make an attack on Talgan. But that does miss. Talgan, even as he's being engulfed by this fire, he's able to bring up his shield, which does get sundered. Alrighty. So with that being said, I need to get back to my my turn list. Sir Brafford went Twig Blights. Gonna have one make a bite at Spicy and hit, one make a bite at Arctos and hit, one make a bite at Morven and completely fucking so thoroughly befungle the attack that it's like ridiculous. So
It breaks some branches.
Arctos, you take 4 slashing damage. Spicy
Oh
takes
gosh.
7.
Damn.
This is not looking good.
Okay. Blight Solrune, your turn.
So Solrune's been looking at the knight in his bark-covered skin, and the wizard in her bark-covered skin. She's gonna eventually put 2 and 2 together. I'm gonna charge at that tree.
You can make me a wisdom check. Or yeah, it's a check.
Hey, nat 20.
So as you charge towards the tree, you look at it, and Bellic has bark skin on himself as well, but it looks different. You remember how the tree looked, before it like went up in flames and started burning, and you remember that the bark that was its color, but like its color bark is the exact same color that that make up Sharwin and Sir Brafford's skin, but not Bellic's. This leads you to surmise that maybe they've been linked to it in some way. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna pull out my whip. So I have whip in my offhand, sickle in my main hand,
Okay.
and I'm gonna brush the tree. So, any opportunity attacks from others, or
Bellic as a Velociraptor, yes.
Okay.
Your AC is a 16.
Yes.
Let me double check that. His first attack does not, but he only gets 1 for opportunity attack, so no, he does not hit you. He
cool.
lashes his jaw at you and tries to bite you, but you manage to slide underneath and make your way to the tree. What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna attack with both my weapons here. First, I'm gonna whip it.
Whip it good.
Whip it good.
All right, we
It's
can't.
not gonna do much damage, even if it does hit. 13 to hit.
Oh, god damn it. I saw that you posted Velociraptor noises, and I was like, can't have that happen. 13 does hit roll damage.
Oh wow. Okay, it's just gonna be 1d4 flat. 'Cause it's my
Yeah, trees are not
One-
especially difficult to hit.
still low. 1 damage from my whip. I probably snap a twig off the tree, and then main hand sickle. Let's do it. And 15.
I was even nice, and once you cleared it, I didn't put something else in immediately like I thought about.
It's fine.
Okay,
15
so the
does
sickle.
hit.
Okay, I'm going to Divine Smite, so I'm expending my last spell slot here to do an extra 2d8 Radiant.
Love it.
So I've got 1d4 plus 3 slashing, 1d4 Radiant from Divine Favor, and 2d8 Radiant from Divine Smite.
Love it.
So let's do it. 21 total. If you want me to separate out the radiant, let me know.
I do want you to separate the radiant, yes.
Okay, the radiant is 7 and 14 slashing.
Okay, so 28 total.
Cool.
So that brings it down. Wow. All right. Yeah. So whenever you lash out with like your holy fury towards the tree, the fire starts to dissipate. And in a single like flash, the fire is gone, and you see the true form of the tree underneath. It looks like two separate trees that have been grafted together. One half of it almost a pitch black, and one half of it almost a stark ivory white. And if you look closely enough at it, it looks like the halves of the trees both have like women, like the image of like women carved into them in a very like artistic manner, completely disturbingly lifelike, as their hands reach up to form the branches. The white half has green leaves, and the black half has purple leaves, both of which are still like blooming despite having been on fire just now. Was that all your turn?
Yep.
All right, Morven, you've got the frog and 3 twig blights, and also Bellic the velociraptor, which is just such a fun thing to say.
If you could get him off me, that'd be lovely.
I actually have another question, like, just kind of question if we can do this. If not, I'm totally okay with it. But would I be able to basically like take one of the heads off of an arrow and attach alchemist fire, or douse an arrowhead in alchemist fire, or something like that?
That is an excellent question.
Because alchemist fire itself, I would have to throw the whole flask, and that I do not have the strength to throw that flask that far.
I will give you this. You can make the ranged attack as if you're proficient and you have the range, but it'll still do the same damage. Is that okay?
Well, yeah, no, I'm just basically trying to light the tree back on fire again.
No, it's a good idea and I like it.
Okay. So I'm going to fashion that basically onto an arrow, and I'm going to shoot the tree.
Okay, yeah, roll to hit.
Are we going off of the flask to hit or the longbow to hit?
Let's do the flask because this is kind of like a little odd.
Okay. And then would I still get my archery fighting style bonus?
Yes, I'll give you that.
So it's a 13.
Okay. Roll the damage first.
This one actually does not have damage. It's just on their turn they take a d4 until they extinguish the flame.
Oh, I see. Yeah, your arrow, doused in the alchemist fire, launches and hits the center of the tree, which is now like, again, these two separate entities twined together to make this one tree. And a fire does start back up again, slowly but surely. And I don't think a tree can make dexterity saves, so that's going to be interesting to deal with later. Is that your turn?
Get fucked. Yeah.
Okay, Arctos.
Alright, so how many of the little branch things are left?
There are 3 twig blights left and 1 giant frog.
Alright, I'm gonna use this Ray of Scorching scroll that I have.
Okay. And you could definitely
Now's
move in
the
a way
time.
that... You can definitely move in a way that gets all 4 of them, I think.
Ray of Scorching is not, that.
It's not...
It's not a
It's not a
cone.
cone.
Oh, I'm thinking of Agnazar's Scorcher. Sorry.
Yeah. It is 3 rays of fire and hurl them up to targets within range. Hurl them at one target or several. Make a ranged spell attack. For each ray on a hit, the target takes 2d6 fire.
Okay, who are you
Yeah, it's
using that on?
basically like magic missile, but you have to roll
So,
to hit.
I'm gonna aim at each of the 3 twig blights that is bothering me right now.
Okay. You can make your attacks at advantage.
Oh god. D20 plus 6.
That is a hit.
No, I'm looking. It's
Oh,
a
I
16,
thought
which
you
think
said
also
20.
hits.
Okay, yeah, that still does hit.
No.
They did take 2d6 damage? Okay,
2d6.
got you.
2d6. The first one takes 8.
It is dead. It is incinerated into a tiny little pile of ashes.
The second one hits with the 17, so /R. It takes 7 damage.
Incinerate into a tiny little bit of ash.
14.
Also hits.
Okay. 7 damage.
That one, just grab a pot, because this one is also a tiny little pile of ashes.
And Arctis is gonna yell. He's like, "Finally, I've dealt with them. Now, someone throw me a health potion or something." I don't know. Can I take potions as a bonus action, or is potions a?
For yourself, it's a bonus action. To force it to somebody else, it's an action.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
correct.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to drink this elixir of health.
Oh yeah.
I think Tolkien over there is going to yell, "Yeah, okay, I'll get to you in 1 second. I'm just on fire right now."
And also entwined by a bunch of vines.
And being attacked, and my shield is broken.
Yeah.
Is it elixir of health? No. I think this is not the right one. I do have a health potion with me.
Yeah, I think like elixir of health just like cures all your conditions.
The other one, yeah. I have 2 potions of healing with me, so I'll just do that. I have to remember what this. It does actually just cure conditions, which is hilarious. But
Yeah, they used to like do. It was like it was set healing in the old editions.
D4 plus 2.
I actually saw an interesting, I played a one-shot with an interesting home rule, where they have.
I'm gonna get 5 health back.
They do a flat DC of 15, and if you roll the 15 or higher, on a D20, no mods, you get the maximum
Oh,
health.
I like that.
But if you do anything under that, you actually have to roll out the health.
I kind of like that. That's neat. All right, so 5 HP back to you, and I trust you to keep track of that.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Bring us to Velocibelic, whose stats I closed out for some reason. Alright, so we've got our Velociraptor here. He's going to use his multi-attack. He's going to lash out at Solrune with his claws. That is definitely a miss. And then with his bite is definitely a hit with a 19. So Velociraptor Bellic just clamps his jaw down on you, on your shoulder, and deals 8 piercing damage.
Still up, baby.
Velociraptor.
Velociraptor, I can't believe I didn't think about that. Bringing us to the frog. He's going to try and bite at Arctos.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, that definitely does hit. That's a 22. It's only a 1d6 damage. That's 3 damage, piercing. And you are grappled in this thing's mouth. Probably,
Yeah, mage is probably more tender meat.
3 damage, right?
yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna yell, could somebody help me, please?
You're gonna yell it, but it's gonna be like that.
There's no way I will ever... Yeah, it's super polite, either way.
Talgan is finally going to succeed his strength save.
Hey!
And he is going to... Let me see here. It's whenever...
Maybe disengage and run out of the fire?
I think he's going to run out of the fire and he's going to attack Sir Bradford. Holy shit! So, Talgan rolls a critical. And so...
He's angry.
Let me roll the damage real quick. Oh my god! Alright, so what happens is you see Talgan break out of it. You see like a bunch of vines like splay out from the fire, and then you just see like a figure burst out of the fire, and with his axe still wreathed in flames, he does like a cool backhand strike and just beheads Sir Bradford in one strike.
Good God.
Damn.
Oof.
I don't think he deserved that, but okay.
Holy shit, Talgan, man. Going from doing absolutely nothing the whole fight to one-shotting one of the enemies that had like an 18 AC. Alright, that brings us to Spicy. And so what Spice is going to do is she...
Kill the frog.
Well, I was going to say, she's like, are you okay? And
Oh!
so she's going to... I never updated her spells for level 3, so we're just going to choose one here. And that'll be the last time I do that.
The frog's like
Wait.
the lick-a-tongue in Detective Pikachu, just looks at you and just...
Are we supposed to be level 3?
Yes?
Correct.
Have you been doing
Damn,
this entire
then
fight at level 2?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah, no, dude, we took a break to hit level 3 earlier, remember? Like, during the last session.
No, I don't remember.
Oh my god! Oh god. Give yourself all your level 3 shit, don't increase your HP. Is that fair?
Yep.
Alright, the frog is going to take 46 radiant damage, because that definitely hits. Well, that's unfortunate. 1, that's a 6, so 7 total. 12 total. Let's see, that is a total of, what is your health, dipshit? Yeah, so, the frog takes a hefty 14 radiant damage, but is still up. Whenever they get hit, do they still have to, like, make a save against the grapple? I always forget about that. I don't think they do. Just double check that.
Think so?
Let me see here. Grapple into one of these sees the hit. If you succeed, blah, 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 blah. The condition specifies things that end it. Alright, well, can I have grappled, please? Escape and grapple, la 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 la. Well, I guess not. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it. Okay, so yeah, Arctos is still in the frog's mouth, although the frog is, like, quite worse for wear. Sharwin is going to...
Kill her brother. Kill her brother.
cast Ray of Frost on Solrune.
Leave me alone. I already have a Velociraptor on me.
You're attacking the tree. Okay, he is 16 AC. You're going to take 1d8 cold damage.
If she doesn't roll a 1, I'm down.
She rolled a 2. Damn.
I'm down.
Alright, yeah, she launches a Ray of Frost that, like, backs you off of the tree. Sir Bradford is dead, the Blights are dead, but I am going to roll for the tree at the end of every... Well, actually, make your first death save.
Cock die. 1 sec. 15.
Okay, good. You're up for 1. I'm going to roll the damage for the Alchemist Fire that was placed on the tree now at the bottom of the turn order, because the tree doesn't roll initiative. Okay. Morven, you're, oh man, let me just, like, again, plot this out, because this is important. Your flame finally takes root. And starts to spread on the two halves of the tree. Solrune, as you kind of fall backwards and kind of, like, just kind of mumble or, like, do whatever you do as you fall, you start to see the faces that are, like, lovingly crafted into the tree side start to, like, twist as if they're in pain. Let me see here. No playlist bullshit. Do this. Yeah, they start to twist in pain as the flames begin to overtake them almost completely. And it's in this moment that we see Sharwin with, like, her staff held high and, like, grinning evilly at Solrune as her Ray of Frost expels over the dwarf. And all of a sudden her eyes fade from, like, this pitch black to a normal looking shade, and she kind of mutters something and then falls over. Alrighty. So that'll bring Sharwin out of the whole thing. The Blights are down, Solrune is down, but is still counted. Morven. The only combatant left in the room is Velociraptor. What do you do?
I am going to use...
Is the frog left?
The frog is left, you're right, sorry. I was caught up in everything being so cool that I forgot that the frog was alive.
Can't forget, dude.
I'll just take an arrow shot, and I'm gonna use one of my +1 arrows too,
Okay, yeah, roll it.
and sharpshooter.
Yeah, we're just gonna double down on everything.
So that will be. Okay, hold on. So it's a +1. God, fucking math. Why did I pick a class where I have to do 1,000 different adding and subtracting? All right, so it's a 12
Winter
plus
is
an,
fun.
plus an 8 minus 5. So that's +3 really. So that's 15 plus 1. So 16.
That does hit, yes.
Cool. And so be 6 piercing damage and 3 hunter's mark damage. Oh no, sorry, 16 because it's +10. 16 plus, so 19 total.
Okay. Your arrow, like, and we see it go, like, you know, in that cool slow motion thing where it focuses on the head of the arrow, and it launches, spins, and jabs the Velociraptor right in the eye, and makes the creature roll over several times. And as it like rolls over, the shape of Bellic eventually comes into view throughout a couple rolls. And at the end of his fall, he's sitting there looking up at the burning tree, and he's kind of like coughing and sputtering next to an unconscious Soul Rune and Sharwin, who Talgan is now going to check on. Arctos, make a strength save.
Instead of using up my whole action, can I cast a spell instead? Target this stupid... Because I'm grappled to it, right?
You definitely can. I would make you roll in the wild magic table because we haven't had that happen yet.
How does it look?
The frog?
Does it look... Yeah.
Oh, the frog is like super blighted and its grip is getting weaker on you.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna cast Burning Hands on it.
Okay. Do that and then roll on the wild magic table for me.
It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
I will say it auto fails because you're in its mouth.
It just takes you with it. Bouncing around. No.
Well, a 20.
Oh yeah. So on the frog.
No,
is...
for the wild magic. Too.
Yeah, right. You cast. Holy shit! You cast grease centered on yourself.
You weren't gonna make me roll. No, I rolled a d20 to see if it.
Oh no! I'm making you like roll directly on the table because I think it's fun. But
hey, wait a second.
It's for a reason. Don't worry.
Well, I rolled a 19. Is it still grease?
It's still grease.
Yes, it is.
So you accidentally. What you do is you accidentally create a grease explosion that completely destroys this frog.
Guys, I'm dead.
How much damage is roll the damage for Burning Hands, please?
11 damage.
You also take 11 damage.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay.
Oh god.
So hold on.
It occurs to me.
Go ahead.
Oh, it occurs to me that I actually killed the tree.
Yes.
I separated out the numbers wrong there. Most of that was 3 in damage.
Yeah, no shit. This is actually not the song that I thought it was. There's a lot more guitar than I was expecting. I was like, wait a minute. That isn't it.
So if I may narrate my kill thing before Char went down.
Well, I'm gonna take care of that. Don't worry. That's the one. Yeah, because the whole the tree has its own whole deal, and I'm gonna do that in just a second. Sorry, give me just a fucking second, because again, this is not the song I remember it being. But it's fine.
Sounds cool though.
Oh yeah, Homestuck has great music. This is what I wanted. Okay. So the fire is starting to engulf the tree, and you see these faces start to writhe out in pain. And then all of a sudden the fire reaches like an apex, and then the tree explodes into this shower of splinters and leaves and just like magical light and energy that like just it erupts into basically like a fireworks show. And you see like these just these pops and explosions of like of glittering showers of light and neon and fire. Leaves and bark splinters are just raining all over the place. And then you see these two very specific beams of light. One of them orange and one of them purple. These two shoot up from the two halves of the tree and then take like almost a 90-degree angle turn midair and shoot directly at Arctos. And Arctos, as your this coincides with just about whenever your magic goes wild and creates like a sort of arcane funnel for these two beams of light. And as you're sitting there, like, rolling from the shock of the force of your magic explosion that freed you from the frog, these two beams of light hit you directly in the chest, and a magical energy makes you glow. Your eyes start to glow brighter than they ever have until you finally shut them. And so you're stable and you regain 8 hit points, and you suddenly feel that you are not alone.
Well, that's disturbing.
He's just like, hello?
Oh, we've been asleep for so long. Just 5 more millennia, please.
Excuse me? Is Arctos saying anything with this? Because, like,
No.
I imagine just
You're
like,
only hearing
so
these.
it's just voices?
Yeah, you're just hearing voices.
He's gonna look at Spicy and be like, who is that?
Spicy tilts her head and it's like, oh, you're alive. Oh, wait, what? Who's what?
They were asking for 5 more millennia or something like that?
I have no idea. You need to lay down. Here, give me a second. What? Soren. Oh, wait. I'll get you in a bit. You're fine, right? Like, are you good?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. And she's gonna go over to Solverin and cast Cure Wounds on her. Let's see here, and you're gonna get 9 points of health back, Solverin. You're now stable and
Sweet.
up. All right. And Bellic is still on the ground, watching his entire life's work just go up in flames. I'll give priority
Quite literally, yeah.
I'll give priority to interactions here to Morven.
Are we wait? So we're this is post initiative. Are we still?
You guys are post initiative, yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna run up to Bellic and be like, "It's done. Surrender now."
And he kind of sighs, and then he starts laughing, and he's like, and he coughs up some blood. It's like, you think they're already out there, Morven. The tree is gone. I can't make any more, but they're already out there. There will be more. The apples.
Your part.
The apples have gone. They've been disseminated throughout the realm. Even I don't know where they've gone. The fools have planted them. They've sold them. I don't know, but they're out there.
Your part to play is over, and I just pull out my bow and give him a point-blank shot to the head.
All right. And your brother dies with a smile on his face. Off to the side, you see, well, first of all, Sir Bradford is definitely dead. His head has been severed at the fucking neck, and his body is oozing green blood. His flaming, his magic sword is still beside his body, kind of stuck in the ground a little bit. It's really cool looking. While Tulgan is cradling Sharwin, and he's like, "Wake up, Shar! Come on, hey, look at me. Talk to me, breathe, please." And you notice that she is still her skin is still made of bark. What do you guys do?
Well, I'm gonna shakily stand on my feet, and I'm gonna turn around to see the tree, and I'm gonna, you know, take in what's left of it, make sure it's good and destroyed.
Oh, the reaction of like so much damage to it with your radiant force against it, it pretty much exploded at the roots. There's actually like a sizable crater left where it used to be. As a matter of fact, the only thing left at the very center is a single stake in a shriveled black heart. Oh, and also the apple is still left over. It's not far from where Bellic is dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to that, and I'm gonna cut it into pieces with my sickle, and I'm gonna cut the pieces into pieces. Soren's gonna drop to her knees and just hack away at it.
Okay, so you're gonna destroy the apple?
Oh, completely, yeah.
Okay. I will... You can do that, yeah. You don't have to roll for that. Besides, like, its unnatural powers and its... Besides its unnatural powers and its, like, its method of genesis, it does not put up a fight, and it is not hard to reduce the thing to, like, mash.
Soren's gonna keep going. She's basically gonna drive her sickle into the ground again and again and again until she's even more exhausted than she already is.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Like, you can pound it into the dirt if you want. It was like kind of like a stone platform surrounding a little garden, but like most of the stone has been blown away, excuse me, by the explosion. And before long, like you smash the seeds that were within, and you're pretty sure you've got it. Like, it's destroyed. It is gone. No one will ever use the red apple's power to heal someone ever again.
That sounds a little morally dubious when you put it like that, but no. I know I did the right thing.
Arctos, what are you doing right now?
Arctos probably stands up very timidly and he's like, hello? He's like, kind of looking around, maybe, around the frog remains and stuff like that to see if he can figure out where that voice was coming from. He's like, I'm not hearing things. I definitely heard it.
Let me see here. Let's just go with it. And she said, well, you didn't hear her, did she? She said to give us a few damn more minutes. We're sleepy, damn you.
And I think Arctos is just gonna jump. Like, he's like, what is happening to me? Freaking out. He's like, is this another side effect of the wild magic? I've never heard voices before, especially when another thing actually happens. Yeah.
I tell you, Soleil, this place is a little comfy. Magic all over the place. It's kind of a little bit chaotic for my taste, but it's fine. She's like, oh no, just calm down and just go back to sleep, Ciela. It's been so long. Stuck in that dreadful tree. I'm just tired. I want to go to bed.
Stuck in the tree? Are you talking about the figures that were inside the tree?
Yes, you're a very observant young
Boy, it says like there are two voices. One of them is like noticeably more like aggressive, and one of them is more like gentle. The fuck is doing words? Oh, I guess like they put. That's interesting. Okay, whatever. Anyway,
You didn't know there were lyrics?
No, there aren't lyrics. This is like a fucking like a different upload or something, which is like interesting.
Ah.
Yeah, it's not supposed to have vocals. Anyway, so, yeah, no, you say this and the voices are kind of silent again, and the stomach-turning feeling that you had is, like, kind of gone, but your head still kind of aches. I was gonna say, yeah, things feel kind of normal despite the fact that you just lit yourself on fire, obviously.
boy. Arctos is like, I have no clue what's going on there. I guess I'll just see how I can be useful, and he'll just kind of stumble towards Solrin and Spicy and them, and be like,
Solrin is
how is
having
everybody else?
Solrin is having a moment where she's like kind of trying to like destroy that apple still.
She's turning it into a mix of like dirt and mud and applesauce right now.
Yeah. And Tolkien is like trying to like raise his sister from like her stupor, but she's still very much like bark skin, black eye, well, not black eyes, but like her eyes are very vacant. And she's like trying to muster up words, but she can't bring herself to, it seems.
I imagine Arctos looks at Solrin and he at least thinks, well, I'm not sure right now is a good time to be playing in the dirt, but I'm just gonna go over and start observing
All right.
the
Back,
others.
sorry.
You're good, dude. You didn't miss much. So you're observing Tolgan and Sharwin?
Yeah, I want to check out Sharwin just to be like, what's going on? Why are you part wood? You know, like,
She finally coughs. And she actually, like, her eyes light up a bit as you get near her. And she's like, it was all going too well, and then the goblins took us, and they brought us to the tree. And the outcast, he fed us to it, spat us back out as this. And she kind of like flexes her gnarled wooden hands, and she says, I don't want to. I think that with the tree gone, I don't think I... Can you please just... make it quick, please? And, Tolgan looks like very opposed to this. He isn't saying anything, but he is crying as he's holding his sister in his hands. What do you do?
Call the paladin.
I mean, there's always the chance that we could collect the supplies to go find a wish. Somebody who could cast wish. I mean, it's expensive, but maybe after enough adventuring, get this fixed.
She does not seem like she's long for this world.
I'll be like, Solrun, we might need some of your expertise.
Sorun will look up, and when she sees what the hell's going on, she's gonna run over.
Okay, yeah, you come across, and, I will say that, like, you know, your check from earlier still kind of applies. As she says, it seems that the tree was the only thing keeping her and Sir Bradford alive, and what you were watching is Sharwin's life just gradually just, like, leave her.
Okay, I'm gonna do what I can here. Stand back. Let's try expending 5 points of lay on hands to cure her of... What does it do? Curing poison or disease?
Yeah, you can, you try that, and, your magic, like, seems to keep some of, like, they kind of peel back some of the wood that is encasing her hands, but it doesn't seem to do much more than that. Even though you pour, like, a lot of your magic into it, it doesn't seem to do anything more than that.
Cool, I have
At
a
this
scroll of
point,
lesser restoration in my bag. Hold on.
I think at this point, Arctos is going to take a step back and be like, I feel like I need to consult somebody who may know more. And he's going to kind of think at the voices that he's been hearing and be like, yes, if you can find it in yourself to wake up for a minute, I could use some assistance.
You're so very noisy, and it's so noisy in here. Oh my goodness. What do you want? Oh. And then the softer voice is like, doesn't look very... Oh, the poor thing. Was that the one that that he had us spit out? Oh, that's... Oh. We can help you. I think we can help you. It's like, yeah, we can help you, but you may have to give up a bit of yourself in the process.
What would it take exactly?
Well,
we were part of the tree, and we're part of you now. Surprise, by the way. We're going to explain that after we got our damn nap in, but you keep on talking. But you might have to help us along the way a little bit. You and your friend there might have to help us along.
I'm sure that we can find it in our hearts to assist you in any way. We have no reason to think of you as malevolent or anything otherwise. So
And the
willing to
aggressive
help.
voice kind of just like laughs. He's like, "Darling, you ain't even met me yet, but it's fine. Yeah. Just go ahead with the magic, and we'll tell you what to do."
Okay.
And
I guess Arctos is just gonna like kneel down next to her.
basically, you're going to be helping Solrune um with the process. I need both of you guys to roll a spell attack for me.
At a 13.
All right.
17.
17. Okay. In order to make the oh gosh, in order to make the spell complete itself and successfully expel the very powerful curse on Sharwin, both of you guys will have to give me one of your attribute points.
Each of us?
Each of you.
Alright, take a dex.
Uh,
If that's a conscious thing that Solrun is aware of, she's not even going to hesitate.
okay, yeah, I guess I'll give you a charisma.
Okay. And let me see here. Arctos, you push through with a familiarity with your innate magic powers that you have never experienced before. All your life, your magic has been like volatile and temperamental, and more often than not, it works, but it's never felt like so conducive and easy as this. And Soren, you're actually like rather surprised whenever you use your scroll lesser restoration, like just how powerful it makes your hands feel. Um, and it's almost as if like the sunlight coming down through the crack of the Sunless Citadel's ravine just like brightens a little bit in the presence of the two of you pumping all the magical energy you possibly can into Sharwin. Um, and it begins slowly. The bark begins to peel back further on her hand, and then all of a sudden it just shoots out, and flowers start to bloom on the remaining parts of the wood that is left on her skin. It's as if it's like fighting by blooming, but it continues to be stripped away and dissolves into ash. And then in a blinding flash of light, all that is left is this young girl, can't be older than 20, 21 years old, spitting image of Talgan, lying in her brother's arms, breathing shallowly but slowly and surely. And Talgan looks up and he's kind of like, I don't know how you did that. That's what she looks like in the general chat. I don't know how or what you did, but I don't think I can ever repay you.
Arctos is like, well, I mean, it's nothing for somebody of my stature. And it really, it's the least I can do after all of your help.
Help. I didn't do anything except for, well, I kind of, sorry about your friend there, Sharon. She's like, she laughs solemnly. She's like, I think that's what he would have wanted. It's what I wanted up until a few minutes ago, but can we please just go home? I'm so very tired.
Just is thinking, yes, home sounds very good right now.
Oh, Solrun's going to say out loud, yes, going home right now sounds amazing.
All right. Do you guys want anything from here? Bellic didn't have many like worldly possessions on him. He's got like maybe like a necklace or some shit. Like kind of up to Morven if he wants to take like a memento of the occasion.
Nope.
Cool.
He's done with it.
Gotcha. And
I think Arctos is going to recommend that Solring go check out the gear that the paladin had,
yes.
or the
So the knight, Sir Brafford, newly beheaded, was carrying. He was wearing a suit of chainmail, which after some work at a forge can be reduced to dwarven size. And he also has his magic sword that is stuck in the ground.
Arctos is gonna be like, yes, I mean, the sword is magic. It should serve you well until we can get you a new weapon.
I'm going to take his hands and fold them over his chest and put him into a nice repose. Yeah, I'm not gonna take his chainmail. I'm gonna look over at Morven and ask him, hey, are there any special funeral rites among your people?
None that he deserves. He deserted all that was we held.
I think she. Are you talking about Sir Brafford or Bellic, Brandon?
Bellic.
Okay, cool. Just I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll do the same for Bellic. Put his hands across his chest, and I'll cast ceremony over the both of them as a ritual to basically just a funeral.
Okay.
I mean, there's the effect is like they can't turn undead for like a week, but I mean, it's a funeral.
Take inspiration. I mean, it probably won't matter for the rest of the session, and we usually do like inspiration expires after a session, but fuck it, take it anyway. Yeah, no. Bellic's skin kind of like seems to repel it for a moment, but eventually it falls into a pallor. And your spell succeeds over the both of them.
Cool.
The sword, the sheath is still on Sir Brafford, and across like the leather strappings of the opening of it, it reads Shatterspike. The sword itself has a pommel, that bears the holy symbol of Palor.
Well, we can't just leave this here. If he has any family, then we can take it to him.
Yes,
I'll
or until then, I believe you will need something to defend yourself in case something happens. Seem to be in very good very good repair.
Yeah, I'll look down at the shards of my scythe and my sickle that's probably all twisted up now from driving into the ground. Yeah, I suppose you're right there. And I will take up Sir Bradford's sword.
All right, you acquire Shatterspike. So Shatterspike is, first of all, it's a +1 longsword. And you might want to note this all down because this is important. Yeah, Shatterspike is first of all a +1 longsword. You have +1 to attack and damage rolls you make with this magic weapon. If it hits an object, the hit is automatically a critical hit. It can deal bludgeoning or slashing damage to the object, your choice. Further damage from non-magical sources can't harm the weapon. So basically, it is a sword, a magic sword that specializes in destroying like other weapons and shields and stuff.
Pretty cool.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do in the lower level?
Guess I want to poke around, see if we can find any more readings from Morven's brother.
It looked
like if any of his like research notes or anything are left.
It looked like most of it was contained in the journal that Morven found. I will say, yeah, no, that was pretty much it. It looks like he didn't keep an extensive amount of notes on him. It seems like it was mostly in his head.
Oh, I do have a shovel. So, yeah, as part of the funeral crap, I'm gonna dig them each a shallow grave and put them in there.
All right. And as you guys do depart to the first floor, um, you do hear a rumbling, like a distant rumbling, like the earth is moving and shaking, but it fades after a moment.
Oh, I wonder if that's the worm that we found earlier, or it's something even worse.
This is basically me giving you guys a chance to talk to the kobolds one more time before you leave back to Oakhurst.
Yeah, I imagine Arctos stops in just to be like, "Hey, we did what we came here to do. They're not gonna bother you anymore."
And Eustrail, the kobold priestess, is like, "What has taken us years, you have done in a matter of days, and we thank you. Forever will this be the home of the White Dragon clan. We will raise our young, and we will live our lives. And you have my word that we will leave those living on the surface. We will leave them be."
Yes, and do make sure that you take better care of your dragon. She does not seem like the kind to bow to others.
And Meepo smiles, and he's like, Meepo's on like these crudely made crutches, and he's like, "Meepo do what he can."
I
He
guess,
tries
As well,
Meepo, watch out.
Meepo tries to give you a salute, and then he kind of like stumbles over one of his crutches and has to quickly readjust himself.
also, do you guys know what that tremor was a few minutes ago?
We heard this as well, and we are not sure, but as long as our section of the Citadel is safe, then it is of no concern to us.
Well, that is one way to look at it.
Okay. I guess it can't be anything any more serious than what we already faced.
A
Womp
Tarask.
womp.
All right.
There's just like suddenly a Tarask pops out of the wall.
We'll save that for the hidden shrine at Tamauchan, I think. Um,
No.
I'll. Is there anything else you guys want?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Um, so by the time you guys exit the Sunless Citadel the way you came, you guys go back up the ladder the rope that was still there, climb your way out of the ravine, and you see it as the sun is setting at the very end of the ravine. It's a very cinematic look, and you guys look down and see, as the sun hits a certain angle just perfectly, you see the castle in the ravine exposed by the light for a moment, and you see as one half of it starts to buckle and crumble into the earth below. Um, and as you're looking at it from afar, it looks like the half that encompassed like the kobolds and where they lived is totally fine, but the half that went downwards and kept like the whole grove and everything has crumbled completely.
Second, I thought you were going to say that the half of the kobolds
Yeah.
is gone.
No, they're fine.
As long as our land is here, we will be okay. And then they immediately
Womp womp.
die.
No, that would be callous and hilarious, but
Solrune
no.
will sniff and she'll go, well, I guess the roots of that tree were forming a lot of the foundation in that side of the keep.
Then I'm glad we left.
Yeah.
By the time you guys make it back to Oakhurst, it's nighttime, but judging from the lights from a distance, you see that like activity is still going on. And as you guys finally make it to the borders of the town, you see that
most of the town's people have torches and pitchforks and everything, and it looks like they were getting ready to respond to like the earthquake they felt earlier. But whenever they see you guys walking down the road with Talgan and Sharwin, still very weak but still very much alive Sharwin in tow, they drop all their pitchforks and they raise their torches, and this like a whole hail of cheers starts like belting out from the gathered crowd as Sharwin and Talgan's mother um
I think
rush.
Arctos
Go ahead.
probably sees everybody with like the pitchforks and stuff, starts freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, it's
He's
there.
like, oh, they finally decided it's time, and then they start cheering, and he's like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, they changed their tune pretty quickly. Yeah, and you see you see their mother, Carowin, Hercule come up and just run up and embrace her kids. And like, there's no real words between the three of them, just like a very long, uh, very drawn out hug before Carowin breaks off, and she's like, "I promised you, and I truly didn't think that." Sorry, I forgot she had like a southern twang. I think it's like, "Well, I promised you, but I truly didn't think you'd pull it off as well as you did. I mean, you brought both my son and my baby girl back to me. I look here," and she immediately like presents a bag, and she's like, 500. Just take it, and hands it to Arctos.
That's very generous, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, you use that, and you keep on doing good, doing what you're doing now. You go help someone else who needs it. And you keep that light in you alive. All right.
Don't you people?
Go ahead.
Don't you people need that? The tree is gone. The goblins might move out of the castle now.
The goblins that you all killed, by the way, you
Yeah.
killed all of them. Well,
There
except
was one survivor that
There
was
were-
taken prisoner.
there were a couple commoners and like kids and everything, but oh yeah, they're definitely dead.
If we killed the men, then we killed the women and children as well.
Well, if you missed any of them, the half of the castle crumbling didn't help anything.
I would be remiss to not make a Star Wars reference if possible.
I know. I was thinking it.
And she says,
Not just the women, but the children.
I sell things other than apples, and I think that we're a little bit, we're tough people over here in Oakhurst. You ain't got to worry about it. Good deeds like yours need to be rewarded, and I ain't gonna take no for an answer.
So, hopefully next time, somebody will think twice before buying strange fruit from someone such as that.
And actually, while you're doing this, you actually see a portly human man break through the crowd, and it's the mayor, Mayor Werner Ling, and he's like, "Now, good people, as you can see, our heroes have returned and saved Oakhurst from the blight that lay to the plains. It's an exciting night indeed, and I say we celebrate." And you actually see Carowin go up and punch him in the face and just knock him out cold. And she looks at everybody and she says, "Y'all want a new mayor?" And then the crowd cheers. I think my first thing is, I know it ain't much and I already gave you the money, but I want y'all to know that y'all are always welcome back here, and make it official. I've been naming y'all heroes of Oakhurst. Maybe we'll make like a nice little plaque or just a little something. Make sure that people remember you, and we'll make sure that we tell everybody. Get you some job offers maybe in the meantime, while y'all go back to wherever y'all go to.
Well, that'd be real helpful. By the way, I like how you guys hold an election.
Yeah, he had it coming.
Wait, is that all it takes? And I just look down at my fist.
Violence can solve everything. Oh man. I'm
I
trying
got a delegation for you.
to...
Five of them right here.
Yeah, I'd like to throw my hat in the ring to become one of the Lords of Waterdeep.
I'd like to show you my 5-point policy. Diversification, action. Like, oh man. Let me see here. Already did that one. Already did that one. Already did that one. Oh man, I'm running out of shit. That'll do. So yeah. And I think Tolgan and Sharban are there, and Tolgan looks back at you guys, and he's like, well, Sharban is actually like, so actually, I've been wanting to ask, how did you know to come find me in the first place? It's not exactly like many people hear about us outside of Oakhurst.
And Arctos will just respond with, "Oh yes, well, I was sent here by a priest from Waterdeep who told me that you may be your daughter may be able to supply me with some information about uh the Fae and some wild magic."
Oh, you must have been sent here. It was your teacher who it was her teacher
Oh.
who promised the information. I think. She's like, oh, of course, yes. Old man Zahir, he was teaching me, but to be truthful with you, I think I've had enough of magic for a lifetime. I think I just want to stay home and just help my mom and then figure everything out.
Well, that is a noble prospect. If you ever change your mind, track me down and let me know. I'm
Oh,
sure I could
Sharwin.
Yeah, what's up?
I could introduce you to one of the colleges.
And she looks at you, Sora, and she says, yes, what's up?
Your dwarven companion. We found him in the ruins, and he had this ring on him, and I will produce the ring with the dwarven rune or inscription or whatever.
It was a she, and yes. Oh, yes, of course. Well, he said that he came from a very old family. Yeah, sorry, fuck. So she said she came from a very old family out in the Dales. I believe the town was a small one, Blazingdale, I believe.
Get out of here.
No, yes, really. She has said that she hadn't been there for quite some time, but her family was still around. I believe she was of Clan Durgeddon. We didn't speak very much before everything went south. I assume she didn't make it out.
Well, that's my hometown, so I reckon I can find her family.
Oh, what luck! Well, I wish you luck on your journey back.
And as well, and I'll kind of pull out the shatter spike.
Oh, that's right, yeah. And that was Sir Bradford's sword. Sir Bradford wasn't a local, and well, I believe that he would. What little he told me was that he had sort of a difficult early life, and pledging his service to Paylor was his way of, well, atonement. I think that he would want to see his sword raised for that, and if you're going to keep on doing good, I think that's the best way to pay respects to his family, to him, to his memory. I don't know about any of family or any of his.
You know what? That's a good idea, and I'm going to offer the sword to Tolgan. You proved yourself a real adventurer down there. I don't know much about it, but you kicked ass.
Tolgan looks at it and he's like, I don't know, Solrun. I barely kept myself alive in there. A couple of you had to bail me out of everything. I don't know. I'm kind of with Sharwin here. I'm kind of tired of the whole adventuring thing. I'm not sure.
Well, Solrun will push the sword at him. If you ever decide that you want to take it up again, I think you should have it. I mean, you were the one that put him to rest, after all.
And Tolgan looks down at it and like lifts the sword up. and he kind of tilts it back and forth, and he sighs and he says, "All right, great responsibility and all that, right?" And he kind of pulls the sword from its sheath and like holds it up just for the theatrics of it all, and the gathered townspeople again start cheering and everything. It's like, will you be going back to Waterdeep then? And he says as he puts the sword back up.
Well, I have to go let folks in the church know that that tree isn't around anymore.
You do know that like going back to Waterdeep would be like on the way to getting to the Dales, so you guys would all have to go back anyway. Morven
Yeah,
maybe
plus
not.
I
Depends
assume
on where
Yeah,
Morven wants to go.
Morven kind of just floats around. He's just gonna continue looking for sins against nature, but
Yeah. I was gonna say we're gonna get to that in a bit. So it's actually like while y'all are talking about this that Spicy is like, well, I'm going back to Waterdeep if a lot of you want to come with me. I assume that's where we were going back in the first place. I mean, Big Dumb and Purple over here, am I right? And she kind of punches Arctos on the arm.
Imagine Arctos like, ow.
Stop! I only have like 5 hit points left. Um, I don't know. What about the two of you? She looks up at Solrune and Morven.
well, I have to pass through Waterdeep anyway on my way home, so yeah.
I'm not quite certain where I'm going. I tend to just continue my quest to make sure that all sins against nature have been dealt with.
Well, I think you did a
So
pretty good one down over here, if I do say so myself. All I'm saying is that, why not keep a good thing going? Am I right? I think that a
And
lot.
Arctos is like, yes, I can see the merit, and I believe I have a new puzzle to unravel now. So Waterdeep seems as good a place as any to work on it.
And you do hear like some laughing as you say that in the back of your head.
I guess it doesn't really matter where I go until I have a lead on another injustice, so why not?
Well, all right then. And that's Spicy looks back and she's like, "All right, everyone. So long and thanks for the apple." Well, actually, no, it's quite late, isn't it? No, let's get some rest and then go. It seems so appropriate to like leave in the middle of a celebration, but I think I'd rather just go to sleep.
Oh yeah, I'm dead tired over here.
Okay, yeah. I dare say we'll get nice free lodgings. Well, I'll go and grab the rooms. The three of you do what you want, and well, we'll figure it all out later. And Spicy goes to find some accommodations. You guys are free to do anything else you would like to do before the night is up. I just dropped my fucking pin, so that's great. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
I desperately need to pee, so I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, go do that.
I think Arctos has a lot of questions for the voices in his head.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
That
know
might.
if you want to handle that this session or
I
another session.
I kind of do, but let's just like that might take a little bit. So Morven, do you have anything you want to do?
Not really. Yeah.
Alright. In that case, Arctos, like the laughing in your head is like kind of. It's not super loud, but like you can you get the feeling that they're listening in on your thoughts because whenever you think about like going to like talk to them, they're like the more aggressive voice is just like, well, you need to make sure you get a little bit away from all the crowd and so you don't look like such a fool talking to us, eh? Or you can just think hard. It's really up to you. I think it's funny if you talk in front of a bunch of people.
He's just going to like pinch his nose and be like, I have a bit of a headache. I believe I'm going to go lay down for a little bit.
And they all like cheer,
And
like,
just,
yeah, woo, hero, yeah, he has a headache, woo, get some sleep.
yeah, and just walk towards the inn, I guess. And grab a room, and then once he's by himself, just kind of I guess standing there, be like, okay, is there
You
a way
can't.
we can talk where I'm not just talking to myself, or is this just how this is going to go now?
Oh, just think really hard about it. Again, I still think it's way funnier if you just talk out loud, but can't be all fun and games.
And I'm actually going to ask them. I'm going to be like, is there a form that you usually take that other than disembodied voice?
Well, you have to understand that we've been demo two parts of a tree for quite some time now. It's going to take a bit of time to reconstitute ourselves, I think. And the softer voice finally speaks up. She's like, it's just been so long. We've been trapped in there, in that foul prison for so long, and we just need time to rest. Maybe we'll be able to reconstitute ourselves and then depart later and not trouble you anymore. But for now, our strength is just not present anymore.
I think Arctos is gonna like wave his hand and use thaumaturgy to create kind of like two different colored lights, one
Oh.
for each of them,
Okay. One is orange and one is purple.
and like subconsciously he'll have them glow like brighter and kind of pulse with their voices
Okay.
when each of them is talking, just to kind of represent. So he's not just like talking to the wall or whatever.
Right. Well, you can speak to them by thinking. I want to make that clear.
Yeah.
You can think to them. Um, but like yes, I like the lights. That's very good. Um, it's like I believe introductions on an order. Um, me and my roommate here have been, or my tree mate or whatever you want to call them. We've been holed up for quite some time. Used to hate each other's guts, but now we just you get used to one another whenever you room up like that for so long. I am terrible at Irish accents. I'm very sorry. The other one's like, my name is Soleil. Believe that was what it was. If not, then it sounds lovely. And this one here, and the other one's like, you can call me Ciela if you want to. I don't really care. I'm gonna type those out real quick. General chat, Soleil and Ciela. And long and short of it is we're old pals, rivals, mortal enemies, from the Feywild. You ever been there?
Uh, I don't believe I have. I'm sorry, I haven't formally introduced myself either. I'm Arctos Kaleson. I'm I'm a bit of a sorcerer, if you will.
Did your ma punch you in your dad's? Did your ma punch your dad in the stomach and then just name you after whatever the sound he made? Because that's what it sounded like.
I'm sorry, not all of us have such beautiful flowing names as the Fae.
Oh, you know just what to say, darling. Thank you. Good, you're learning. So Ciela is the more aggressive voice, and Soleil is the more passive, gentle voice.
Okay.
Um, and Soleil speaks, and she's like, very gentle. She's just Arctos, it is wonderful, and we thank you profusely, like sternly towards Ciela, and she says, for allowing us to inhabit you, or whether or not you had a choice, until such a time where we can fix this. I believe we'll try not to cause too much trouble. I think.
Yes, well, of course, and I'm happy to be of service. Say, as the Fae and members of the Fae, uh, would you happen to have knowledge of different forms of magic and different ways magic can come about? I've I've been doing some research in my own time into some of my own casting abilities, and I've come up on a somewhat of a dead end.
Well, it was, and Ciela speaks, and she's like, well, I was getting a good look at your soul and everything, and it does seem a little out of normal in your head. It's kind of how I like it. Don't you forget, Faye. That's how we are. But it's quite strange, I think. A bit of an anomaly, aren't you?
I believe so. I'm not sure why, but my magic just seems to be a little out of whack.
Soleil says, magic like yours is born when the weave of magic has been damaged. What this means for you, I'm not sure, and how it appeared in you and not in someone before you. It's a difficult thing to say, but your power is born from the very warping of the essence of magic itself. Perhaps you were exposed to a portal or some sort of chaotic event, I'm not sure. That's something you'd have to ask your parents.
It's certainly possible. Might explain why things tend to go awry. It doesn't explain why I have an aptitude for it, but I guess that just happens.
Maybe the moons were just lined right up, and poof, out you popped. Little, sloppy fella like you are. It suits you, it suits you. I don't think if you would
Yeah.
have had that all going around, we wouldn't have been able to hone him in on you, and we would have just dissipated out into the ether and never to return.
Well, I'm certainly glad that you weren't thrown to that fate. And if there's any way that I can be of assistance to you, I'm more than willing to try and help.
You want to know how you can help us? You can be quiet and let us sleep for a little bit. We're dead tired.
Oh, I can second that opinion. I don't know if I can give you 5 millennia, but certainly a few hours.
Yeah, let's leave it to that. Yes, I am so very sleepy. Um, and yeah, with that, believe unless Solverin, you got anything left you want to do in Oakhurst before you guys head back to Waterdeep?
I'm just gonna grab some basic stuff from the general store, which I'll message you later with all the stuff I'm buying, but
Yeah,
just a couple things.
I kind of I trust you to like keep a tally like properly. But like yeah, you guys have like a fuck ton of gold right now, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it's. You said 500,
Yeah, Sharwin
so
gave you
it's gonna be
500.
100. Yeah, so it's gonna be 167 per person.
Yeah, it's a hot little bit.
I'll send you the numbers later, but connected question. Would this village happen to have any farm animals for sale?
Um, I mean it's a farming community. So I mean, not a farm. Every village has farms around it. I I don't know. That's they they just kind of like lost one of their main sources of like significant revenue. Um, I would say you could probably buy like one. Like, what are you looking for?
Literally anything. Looking anything up to like ox, cow, any of that stuff.
I think you could probably get your hand on a goat.
Okay, I'll get a goat.
All right. And when you guys awake in the morning, Solrune has a goat for some reason. Isaac, do you have a goat name?
Let me think. Uh,
Isaac always has the pun names for those who are not. I miss childish Lambino very much.
It could just be goatsy, right?
Wait, what's that?
Ew.
Oh no, gross, bad. It's part of the internet better less forgotten. I'm thinking what
mm,
about Holland goats?
solid.
Oh man.
Uh,
You think on that. I think we can zip back to ye old Waterdeep. Let me see here. Again, unless anyone wants to double check anything for Oakhurst, which you guys are now the heroes of Oakhurst. Congratulations! You can take that as a party name if you want. I always insist on people getting party names, but that's just me. Yeah, other than that, I believe it should be a pretty easy road back to Waterdeep.
Cool.
So, yeah, you guys, in stark contrast to like the cheers and the hooping and hollering you received as you returned to Oakhurst, the several days trek back to Waterdeep is pretty uneventful. And whenever you get back to Waterdeep, you're there just as like any other citizen. It seems that words of your success in the Sunless Citadel has not yet reached this part of civilization. Um, but yeah, all you guys arrive back at the same time because obviously you're traveling together. Why would I say that? But Spicy, like sniffs the air and she's like, "Well, it's not home, but it'll do. It'll do. Oh, I'm sure they've got libraries here somewhere. I think that I'm going to get us some rooms at the Yawning Portal. You ever been there? It's a lovely place."
That's
Yes.
actually where we met.
Oh, well, go figure. Selena Goatmez, that's good. Oh, well, lovely. Then I assume you already know Dernan. That makes this quite easier. I'll go about doing that. Let's meet up there at night and we can continue on wherever we're going. I suppose we'll figure out everything while we're there. And with that, Spicy departs the party to go arrange lodging at the Yawning Portal, allowing you three to do whatever you want for the rest of the day.
Goodness.
And like at any point, we could skip to like the little epilogue of this adventure back at the Yawning Portal, but I just want to give you guys an opportunity because Waterdeep is a big city. There's a lot of stuff you can do here with all the gold you have. So,
Animal.
Let me check here. Or if I just get access to meeting to armor. Wait a level or two.
I also, you guys are still level 3. I want to let you know that. But level 4 should be pretty early on in the Forge of Fury, which is what we're going to be doing next. That cool with y'all?
Cool.
Because Forge of
Yep.
Fury is like 4 to 5 to 3 to 5, so I don't want to like just give you guys level 4 now. Or you know what? Fuck it. No, you guys level 4.
That was quick.
I'll adjust. I'm thinking about it now, and I think it's better to be level 4 for a while, with the new adventure, than it is to be level 3 for a while. So I'll give you guys level 4. Multi-classing. If you want to multi-class, we can talk about it. Cough, cough, Arctos. And otherwise, yes, you guys will be level 4 for the start of the next adventure. It'll be a while before you get to level 5, but I think that's fine. I think level 4 is a really good level to be at for a while.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Solrune is going to wander off to find like the market for buying livestock because she has plans.
So, I think that a lot of the in-city livestock trading is done under the purview of the Emerald Enclave, which is, as some of y'all might know, is like the druidic Oath of the Ancients kind of a conclave of nature warriors and nature wardens in the city.
Druids and rangers and stuff.
Yeah, all the nature boys. So they there's definitely a market out there that's like being under the purview of like the Emerald Enclave that is making sure that all the animals are not only like fit for sale but also being taken care of and all that. What would you like to purchase? Dare I ask?
Jesus.
Like I have a feeling I know what you're doing. But it's still like like all right, cool.
Okay, I have some expenses set aside for stuff I'm gonna buy once I'm back in the Dales and stuff I bought from the general store there.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna buy as many as I can reasonably friggin' march back home. Cows, goats, and chickens. Just a, just several.
Okay. Um, and as you're doing that, one of the salesmen is like processing everything, and it's like, if you don't mind me saying, you don't look like a cattle pusher. What are you bringing these things to?
I'm gonna pat the whip on my side, and I'm going to say, no, I'm a farmhand. I My family works on a farm in the Dales, and I'm recently coming into some money. I reckon we can start our own farm soon.
The Dales, ain't you? Oh, well, I'd be careful going that way if I were you, based on what I've heard recently.
What have you heard recently?
Well, seems the area round the old Stone Tooth Mountain, they've been having trouble with orcish raiders as of late, coming around the farmsteads and taking what they want and riding on back to their mountain. Um, to you, you immediately remember the Stone Tooth is the mountain that your village of Blazingdale is built underneath.
Solrune's grip on her whip is going to tighten as his knuckles whiten. I see.
Now, it's just a rumor now. For all we know, it could be orcs, it could be goblins, it could be nothing at all. Maybe someone's just trying to beat out competition by scaring them before they go there, but I only heard what I heard.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, sure. And Rose, be safe to you. Tamora keep you. All that fun stuff. Thank you.
So again, I'll throw you the totals later, but
Yeah, we
basically
can figure that out later.
I have a small herd now.
Okay. Yeah, we can. Because this group so obviously doesn't have a history of like making me do accounting work. Fucking tea shop. Morven or Arctos, do either of you guys have anything y'all want to do or take a look at in Waterdeep? If not, I have something for one of you, but we can get to that later.
I am going to seek out armor.
Armor. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it does a whole lot for me, but whatever.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, it's easy to find. Like, it's Waterdeep, so all you have to do is like go to the market and like, actually, you get some recommendations to head towards a shop, um, a newly relocated shop, and it's actually it's on the Dragonway, like the main street in Waterdeep, and it is known as, oh god, like I forgot the fucking book. I believe it was Steam and Steel or something like that. Shit. Let me look at my Waterdeep. Oh yeah, sorry, I don't have Waterdeep physically. I mean, I don't know where my physical copy of Waterdeep Dragon Heist is at the moment. I need to look at it. We're gonna call it Steam and Steel for now. But yeah, it looks like they're going through their grand reopening right now after they relocated from the a place called Troll Skull Alley.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty fanciful looking storefront, and you see steam pouring out of the windows and all that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna poke my head in and be like, hello. Is there somebody who might be able to assist me?
So yeah, you walk in there and you see a let me see, Steam and Steel. I had it right. Yeah. So you see a very muscular fire ganassi woman, hammering away at something on an anvil, and as she looks up, she says, "Avi, customer!" And a water ganassi woman walks over. She's a lot less like toned and everything. She's dressed as a wizard. She says, "Hello, how can I help you? Welcome to Steam and Steel."
Hi, yes, I was just poking my head in to see if you had maybe some light armoring that I could wear. Uh, I recently have come to the realization that maybe I'm a little too squishy, as it were.
Well, my wife Embry over here usually specializes in the heavier things, but I think we can work something up for you. How does a nice suit of? And she kind of like looks you up and down. She like takes a quick tape measure. Well, actually, she doesn't take a tape measure. She like puts her fingers together and like separates them in a like a glowing magical like ruler in between her fingers. Takes a shape, and she like uses it to quickly measure you up and down. She's like, yes. How about a nice set of studded leather, or maybe
That would
some?
be that would be lovely.
Hmm. Yes, that would be easy enough. She kind of runs down the list. Now we can do something fairly standard for you that is absolutely easy to do. However, if you would be interested in perhaps a bit of a greater investment, we might be able to add on some enhancements, so to speak. The cost would be a little bit more, as so the price of enhancements and magical requirements go, but it was something we can do.
That would be lovely.
Kind of says, well, you can do a ordinary um excuse me, I'm like, we can do an ordinary set of magic studded leather armor. That would be, I need to like look at prices real quick. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Why don't you give me a price, you assholes? La 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 la. I need a price, you dicks. Let's see. For the standard upgrade, price would come in at 240 gold pieces. On top of this, we may be able to infuse it with a glamour. If you'd be interested in that, we would do it for a flat 500 gold pieces. With a glamour, you'd be able to make the armor take any appearance that you would like. High society, if you want to keep yourself safe at less than reputable balls and events. Very useful, very handy.
Well, I'm not sure that I need all of that now, but the extra enchantments sound, or the extra upgrades do sound nice.
We'd be able to
Maybe
infuse it with a base level of magic, yes.
maybe we hold off on the glamour until something a little bit later. Maybe when I have a little extra income.
Yes, of course. 240 gold pieces, and we will fashion you a lovely set.
And I just pass over the money.
Okay. And they get your measurements, and they begin work on a suit of studded leather +1 on you. And you'll get it whenever you can just add it to your character sheet now, but like in character, you'll get it as you like leave the city. It probably takes a little while. Yeah, so it's
almost as good as casting mage armor.
It's exactly as good as casting mage armor because studded leather +1 is 13 AC because it gets you a +1 on top of its default. Yeah, so yeah, 13 plus Dex modifier.
Good stuff.
All right. Morven, you got anything you want to do, bud? If not, I have something for you, but
what's the suggestion? Because I have an idea, but I'm not sold on it.
I think it's high time for Morven to be introduced to the Emerald Enclave, personally.
That's fair.
That's kind of like, cause like
Definitely, yeah,
it's right up his alley. And I think like maybe like word hasn't hit the streets yet about what you guys did, which you guys did a pretty fucking like tall adventuring order. Most adventurers don't survive like a goblin hideout. You guys stormed a citadel and lived. So like that's probably gonna get there in like a couple days or weeks as like word comes out of Oakhurst, but I like to think that certain things like what Bellic did warrant special attention from the Emerald Enclave, and I think they would want to seek Morven out for what he did.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Let me take a look here. Emerald Enclave. Let's see. I remember there was someone we had. Oh yeah, Melanor. That's right. And I don't know like where Morven would be walking around Waterdeep. Like, was there any like kind of particular institution he'd like frequent, or you think he'd just kind of stick around the Yawning Portal and not worry too much about anything else?
Yeah, probably not really much of anything. Just kind of hanging out where, yeah, Yawning Portal makes sense because that's where he'd hear rumors of surrounding areas. So yeah.
Got you. Um, you're chilling there, and it's pretty slow. Like an unusually slow night. Nothing has crawled out of the Yawning Portal like yet tonight. And most of the adventuring crowd seems to be out. It'll probably start popping a little more like at nighttime, but you're there and not terribly it's not terribly active when a small white cat climbs onto a banister and sits and looks at you, and it tilts its head. And then opens its mouth, but instead of meowing, it speaks to you. And it says, "Pardon me, are you the one known as Morven?"
Yes, that would be me.
"Ah, lovely. Just 1 second." And the cat hops off of the banister, and mid-jump, it transfigures into a elven shape. And a elven man stands before you in these nice green robes that bear the crest of the Emerald Enclave, which if Morven is familiar, then he'd probably recognize it off the bat. And he raises his hand that isn't holding a staff, and he uses it to execute a bow, and he smiles. "Morven, words of your deeds in Oakhurst have not gone unheard. My name is Melanor Fellbranch, and it would be in my interest to speak with you."
Alright, go on.
"Mr. Galathan, I belong to an institution known as the Emerald Enclave. We are a band of stewards of nature, and we take great lengths to do just what you did. It is not difficult to take the life of a brother, but as you did, and we respect that. We respect that dedication to the mother planet. It is because of your outstanding efforts in the Sunless Citadel. You've inspired some of our younger members, and we thought that we would offer you an invitation. An invitation to join us and be counted among one of our own."
Well, it would certainly be nice to commune with those who share my ideals.
To belong somewhere finally.
I certainly do
That.
guarantee you that there are many that are like-minded just as you are. Your brothers and sisters and those in between would be delighted to welcome you to be one of us. The rites of initiation take place every full moon. Luckily for you, tonight is a full moon. Just come to our place of residence in the city of Waterdeep, and we'll get it all cleaned right up, and we'll introduce you to everyone, and we'll get you everything that you need, all of the benefits that come with being one of us.
Alright.
I will speak with you soon, Sir Galanthan, excuse me. Okay. And we can play out the initiation if you want, but it's pretty low key. Essentially, like they have you swear the beliefs and everything. Like, do you want to play it out, or do you just want like the rundown?
Yeah. Sure, call. I'm cool with whatever.
Okay. Yeah, they give you the rundown of the beliefs. You know, the natural order must be respected and preserved. Forces that seek to upset the natural balance must be destroyed, and the wilderness can be harsh. Not everyone can survive in it without assistance. So basically, things you've already been doing. Um, so survival in a harsh world demands great fortitude, and they they basically they help defend the natural order and defend those who are having a trouble scraping by living off of nature and everything. So like especially new towns and everything. Um, and so they do they give you a rank. I need to look at that real quick. And I think that you can blast past Spring Warden. I think you'd be a Summer Strider now. So they give you a insignia of the Emerald Enclave. It's a copper cloak clasp in the shape of a leaf, and it's accented with green enamel. Um, and they can give you training and like some kind of tools and stuff if you would like that. And that's basically it. Mostly what it is that you can rely on them for information and stuff like that. It's mostly flavor and what you want to do with it.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
hoping his title was going to be something stupid like Leaf Blower.
No, they that's pretty fun. No, they go from Spring Warden to Summer Strider, Autumn Reaver, Winter Stalker, and then the top rank is like something else I forget. Yeah, no, you are now a member of the Emerald Enclave and all benefits therein.
Yep.
And they will be coming forth with a mission soon.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. And with this being said, it's around nighttime, and you guys all meet back up at the Yawning Portal and get a table together. And things are bumping as like it is pretty much every night here. And Spicy like waves at you guys as she has the table reserved, and she like smiles as you guys roll up. What do you do?
Soul Ruin has boarded her animals, but she's gonna be holding one of the chickens.
Just holding it in the place.
Yeah,
Excellent.
gotta make friends with them. Might as well start now.
Okay. Yeah. What about Arctos and Morven? What are you guys doing?
Arctos is going to come over and join them.
Okay. And Morven, are you in?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Might as well.
So Spicy smiles as you guys like take your seats and everything, as she happily like places the book out, not the one that explodes, but like the other one that she got. She's like, there is such a wealth in here that I cannot even begin to state it.
There's money in that book?
No, you silly girl, no. This wealth of knowledge. There's things about the like even just the biological components and like features of the dragons that may have been mysteries. We're not really sure. And insights into their culture and their society. It's lovely, really. And so I suppose what I really wanted to say was, well, thank you to all of you. Not only would I have probably died, but I also wouldn't have found this, but I owe the three of you a lot.
Hey, you kept us alive too.
I did my best. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what are we doing now?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order another cider, and I'm gonna order some corn for decide a name for this fella yet.
I mean, give Isaac like 20 minutes. He'll give you a really good chicken name eventually.
Yeah. Chickens. Yeah, chickens. I can do chickens pretty solid.
Hey, how about Josh Peck?
Good one.
I think her name is gonna be Sunny, like Sunny Side Up.
All right, yeah. It's
That's
pretty
what we'll call you, Sunny.
pretty easy to do. And I think
I think my favorite though, and this is one that I'd forgotten. It's buried deep down, but is Cluck Norris.
Cluck Norris is pretty fucking good. Yeah, no, you get your stuff pretty quickly. Yeah, you get like your cider, you get some corn, and your chicken's just like and starts pecking at it. Yeah, Spicy's like, I'm sort of torn, truly. From what I understand, the three of you only met a few days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose it's only happenstance that the lot of you fell in with each other and had all this this fun to follow. I suppose what I'm trying to say is I'm not really sure where I'm going to go. I would love to return to Candlekeep as soon as possible and bring this book home, but also if the three of you get into trouble as much as I suspect you might, well, I'm supposed to be inviting myself, but it's a little rude, but it's the truth of it. I think I'd like to tag along and see what sort of things you three could fall into next. I think you did very good work in there. And, well, if I can help someone while I'm researching, then that would be wonderful.
Well, I reckon the Dalelands would be pretty boring to someone like you, but there have been rumors apparently of orcs raiding farms and such, so there might be some adventure to be had around there.
Did you say the Dalelands? Where specifically?
Around Blazingdale, foot of the Stonetooth Mountain.
You know, I've heard, and this is quite old stuff, but I believe I've heard something about old lost treasures in the Stone Tooth. And, you know, they say, like, long lost treasures in pretty much every mountain and under the sun, but... Well, if there's no one opposed to me poking around the mountain while you take care of your, well, after we take care of the orcs, of course, yes, then I suppose there could be some fun in it. Besides, need to pay off those student loans somehow, right? Arctos, Morven,
Yeah, I guess it's true.
what about the two of you?
Arctos is like distracted. He's just thinking. He's like, oh yes, it sounds fine. Whatever y'all want to do. I have some distractions
Is that right? Yeah,
currently. I have
you
a
were
lot to think about.
talking to yourself back in Oakhurst. What's all that about? Are you going crazy? Crazier than you always are?
Not quite.
Uh-huh.
I have a lot to figure out, and I'm just not sure I'm ready to divulge that yet.
Soren's gonna slap him on the back and say, "Oh, you're smart. You'll figure it out."
Yes, that is the plan.
Morven?
My God, I have so many spells now.
Morven, are you gonna come with us then? Keep a good thing going?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. I think this is just how adventuring parties are made, you know? Maybe with, like, a bit more aplomb and some celebration and all that, but yay! Adventurers! This is fun! You're very I was expecting the three of you to be a little more excited.
Wait.
Sunny will screech.
I like Sunny.
God.
Well, I think that'll... Well, alright. I think that'll do.
That'll do, Sunny. That'll do.
I will finish my drink and then I will be heading upstairs. I suppose we can talk about doing it later. Next stop, Blazingdale, then. I'll see you all in the morning. And she hops
Good
up.
night, Spicy.
Good night. She heads on up. What was I gonna say? See here. I think the last thing that we have, unless again, if you guys want to do anything, I think the last thing we need is Arctos if you want to talk to Zahir in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I might I might also buy some more shit.
You can just tell me that later, I think.
Yeah.
So like the Church of Mystra opens up like at 9 in the morning, before you guys are probably leaving. So like you could probably walk in and check in with Zahir.
Yeah, I'll go into here and uh I'll go look for him, yeah.
Okay. And let me see here. Oh man. Whenever you walk into the Temple of Mystra, it seems like there's Zahir isn't there. He's very noticeable because he's a fire ganassi. And the only people running around are like some young humans and everything, and some half elves, maybe like a halfling or two. But
I'm
Zahir
gonna stop with the halflings and be like, "Hello, my friend. Would you happen to know where Master Zahir is?"
And she looks up at you, and she kind of looks at you quizzically, and she's like, what a curious question. What are you looking for him for?
You see, I went on an adventure just recently to complete something for him, and I wish to let him know how it went, talk to him some more, maybe pick his brain.
That old man just keeps on making promises that he just can't keep, now can he? That's not very nice of him.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, old man being forgetful as he is, he probably forgot that he had that talk schedule with you. You see, Master Zahir, well, he's on vacation.
I just kind of like takes a second and like, excuse me, vacation?
I think that's where we can leave it. All right, so congratulations, guys! You beat fucking Sunless Citadel. That's very well done. None of you died, which is also very well done. And when next we pick up, we'll be doing Forge of Fury, which I so very cleanly and not at all haphazardly hooked you guys into. The most important thing is that everyone have fun.
Yes, I certainly did.
Yay!
Yeah.
Very
Dude,
good.
I'm ready for level 6 already.
Oh yeah. Well, you'll have to beat Forge of Fury first, I think. We'll see. I think.
At level 6, I get a familiar.
Oh boy. Can't Sorcerer take a Find Familiar anyway?
Well, level 3 for Warlock,
It's packed.
you can get it.
Yeah.
You can get your pact.
Yeah, Pact of the Chain. Yeah, that's fair. And we'll have to talk about that because I kind of want to put a lot of character into Soleil and Sela. So we'll talk about that.
Now I'm thinking that they get to take a very Navi-esque
I was thinking of
connection.
what I was thinking was like, what if like Navi and Midna were like accompanying Link at the same time, but also were like just always fighting with each other.
Basically.
My idea is that they were like warring Fae from the Seelie and the Unseelie court, and they while they were fighting, a wizard imprisoned them in the Gulthias tree, which was grown from the corpse of a vampire, and this kept them there for power. But then the wizard died, and Bellic found it eventually.
Now, I will say, so by not going up a level in Sorcerer, I do lose out on some second level spells.
You also lose out on your ASI, but it's
Oh,
fine.
whatever. Not worried about that right now. Trust me, the warlock thing. I get 2 cantrips, 2 first level spells, and so that puts me at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cantrips and 5 first level spells or something insane like that.
You do you do have to make sure you like cast your stuff like individually because
obviously.
they
Because I have
refresh
so
differently.
many warlock slots and so many.
Sorcerer slots, yeah. It's crazy. Like multi-classing casters gets kind of complicated after a while, but it's good stuff. I think you chose a good one that fits really well with Arctos.
And I get Eldritch Blast.
Yes,
So-
you do. So like the only spell you're like, I get all these spells, but then like
But I
from
got Eldritch Blast.
yeah, from personal experience, multi-classing Warlock, it becomes, well, I could do this, but I cast Eldritch Blast.
I was reading online and people were like, listen, Sorcerer Bard might be the most fun thing to do ever. Like, you get to do all this cool stuff. There are all these different versions you can take because of Bard. And by third level, you can do basically anything you want to in the game, plus, like, infinite spells and all this other crazy stuff. And then the argument for the other was, yeah, but if you go Warlock, you get armor and you get Eldritch Blast.
That's dude, that is what it is there for, man. Fucking there's a fucking moth flying around my room. But yeah, that's that for Sunless Citadel. Next week Mark has his finals, so I think we'll be playing the first episode of Forge of Fury next week, and I think after that we'll go back to doing bi-weeklies.
Cool.
Yeah. So does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns before we cut it?
Really?
All right. Well, cool. I hope you guys had fun. Looking forward to next time. And if you guys have any ideas or anything, just holler. Yeah, I think that's it. Just let me know if there's any like crazy like multi-classing shit you want to go with, and we can work that out. But I think it's pretty set in stone how you guys are proceeding, so no big deal. Go ahead and end the stream here. Boom.